This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. At least it's not AM.
What's that sound? It's a voice on the wind. It's saying, you are listening to KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. This announcement has not been authorized or condoned by the U.S. government or its shadowy subsidiaries.
Oh, brother, coming in off the top rope, this is KCIW LP coming out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
I'll see you at WrestleMania, brother! Woo! Yeah! Hoorah! Pass me the oxygen.
Don't hog it. Why are we climbing up Everest again?
We gotta put up this broadcast antenna so people all around the world can hear KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
Oh, wait a minute, you're gonna hate me for this.
What?
I forgot the broadcasting equipment.
Well, you better go back and get it. I'll wait here.
I'll go.
You're missing a great view!
Despite the ever-growing list of listener complaints, we'll be back next week. This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
You know, if this was anyone other than KCIW LP broadcasting out of Brookings, Oregon at 100.7 FM, I'd say they're out to get me! But they're not, because this is community radio, volunteer supported. But I'm very suspicious of you. Yes, you. This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. The men in the dark suits over there are watching our every move.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. We apologize for what you've just heard.
Hey, Huckleberry, you know what this is?
What is it, Clem?
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. That's what this is, Huckleberry.
There's a Raven Locker over
A
there.
Raven Walker where?
Let's get our guns and go.
Let's do this thing!
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. And no matter how many times they lock us out of the building, we keep coming back.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. I'm actually not allowed to be here. Don't tell anybody.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. And nobody here seems to have noticed that we switched the coffee in the break room with a bucket of dirt.
All right, pal, I'm holding you hostage for ransom money, but you know what? I'm feeling in a very generous mood. I'll let you listen to KCIW LP 100.7 FM.
Oh, man, I have to be tied up and held for hostage, and I have to listen to boring community radio?
Boring. This is KCIW, community made and organized, staffed by volunteers. It's pretty good, if I do say so myself.
What do you mean if you do say so yourself?
Well, I just did say so myself.
Do you run the station?
No, I'm just holding you hostage on account of... I need a friend. I'm very lonely. Want to listen to KCIW with me?
Yeah.
All right, let's order out for some pizza. This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. The FCC censors are giving us menacing glances, and I feel very uncomfortable right now.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. We disavow any and all claims made during the preceding half hour.
Unfair! KCIW is
Sir,
unfair!
Sir, what's happening?
Oh, I'm protesting. Unfair!
What are you protesting?
The man.
Which man?
KCIW. There's always some bureaucratic man pulling the strings for the 1%, and I'm just demanding justice.
Do you mean KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, that broadcasts on 100.7 FM?
Yeah, I've heard they're community radio and they're volunteer supported, but I don't buy that front. I think they're a big wig operation laundering money to the wealthiest class.
Okay, well, can you protest a little quietly because we're trying to record something?
No. Unfair!
Can you do it over there then?
Fine.
Okay.
Fight the man!
Okay.
Woo!
Sorry, folks, it's been a day.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM, the way radio should be.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. We've been stuck here for 3 weeks.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM, despite the negative press cafe.
Hey, this is KCIWLP.
Cut! What are you doing?
Well, I was just, trying to ad-lib it a little bit,
Your line is, this is KCIWLP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. You got it?
Well, I just thought they'd spice it up a little,
How about you keep it the way it is, and I'll be in charge of spicing it up.
Okay.
Okay, now get out there, champ.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. The show originally canceled for this time will now be heard.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. I don't know why I'm still here. I think I'm under contract.
It was a typical summer day in the city. I was in my office. I wasn't doing work, but I had just turned on the radio, and all I could hear were the strains of generic pop music played by some big commercial corporate radio station, uncaring about its listeners and only caring about the dollar. After the same annoying Rush song had been played for 20 minutes straight by some annoying disc jockey with a glandular problem, I had to finally turn it off. I sat there, wondering to myself, what had happened to quality radio? I had to get to the bottom of this. I needed answers! I stepped out of my office, walked down the hall, down the steps, through the door, through another door, on the stoop, down the steps, on the sidewalk, and there I was, in the heart of the city. I saw someone with a portable radio who seemed to be enjoying himself. He might know something. Hey, you punk!
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm just listening to the radio.
What are you listening that makes you so content? Don't you know nothing good plays on the radio?
I'm listening to KCIW 100.7 LPFM.
Okay, Junior, what's that? Is this some sort of joke?
It's a community radio station.
Community radio? Don't you know all radio stations have been bought out by some corporate bigwigs?
Not KCIW. It's a community station, produced and staffed by locals.
What kind of trick are you pulling, son?
There's no trick, mister. It's KCIW. Quality radio, the way it's meant to be.
Quality radio, huh?
Yeah.
Get out of my sight, kid.
Okay. Sorry.
I went back into my office, went through the files, and investigated. There's no denying it. KCIW Community Radio was out there. The stuff it played was better than anything else on the entire dial. It couldn't be possible, but it was. 100.7 LPFM out of beautiful Brookings, Oregon. Was I dreaming? No, I'm an insomniac. These were just the facts, ma'am.
Whoa, dude, you're tuned in to KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Catch a wave, man. Radio wave, that is.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Our regularly scheduled broadcast has been replaced with a chicken.
This is KCIWLP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting at 100.7 FM. This is probably the best thing you could be doing with your time right now. Please don't leave. We need you.
You gotta help me, Doc. I feel awful. I'm so bored all the time. And I'm sick of commercials and manipulative advertising. I feel that my consent is being manufactured.
Oh, yes, I see. Do you also feel disconnected from your community?
Yeah, I do.
And do you seek a little more variety in the entertainment you subscribe to, rather than soaking up whatever is earning the most money at the box office or topping the so-called charts?
Yeah, I do. I want something real, Doc. I've got a problem.
I'm afraid the only cure is a daily dose of KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
Yeah, what medical school certified you again?
This is KCIWLP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Ignore that van parked outside. I'm sure it's nobody.
All right, buddy, we're taking you in.
What for, officer?
You're embezzling money.
What? I am not.
Of course you are. You're helping run a radio station. All people in commercial radio are corrupt.
But I'm helping run a non-profit, volunteer-run community radio station. I'm not making a dime.
Sure, buddy, just like Enron. Tell it to my police chief. Hey, chief, this degenerate here is a corrupt radio manager.
Well, let's see, Officer Saturday. Look, buddy, what station do you run?
I run KCIW 100.7 FM out of Brookings, Oregon.
I knew it. Officer Saturday, how dare you bring this man in? He's not corrupt.
He's not?
Of course not. He's part of KCIW 100.7 FM. That's what radio is meant to be. I'll speak to you later, Saturday. I'm so sorry, sir. Is there anything this department can do to make it up to you?
Can I get you interested in a tax-deductible donation to the station? Just go to kciw.org for more information.
Gladly. And Saturday?
Yes, sir?
You're on donut duty for a month. Go give me a bear claw, you idiot.
You got it, Chief.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
Now with 80% less fat than our leading competitor. This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Federally mandated court orders notwithstanding, we'll be back next week.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
I'm having to rethink a lot about my life these days.
You just came out of the tattoo parlor, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I was kind of dissatisfied the last time I went in there.
Yeah,
I went in for a tattoo that said no regrets, but they misspelled it and it says no regrets instead.
You ain't got regrets about that, do you?
Actually, that is my one regret.
Ironic. I got a tattoo on my arm. Look here.
What is that?
It says, listen to KCIW 100.7 FM. I love community radio so much, I had it tattooed on my upper arm, and my back, and my leg. I got a little carried away.
What on earth would make you love community radio that much that you would dedicate a portion of your body to advertising it?
Several portions. This ain't no regular community radio. This is KCIW. You ever tuned in?
No.
Well, you oughta. It's a volunteer run, community made and organized. People in this town put together their own shows, and you can too if you contact them, and you can donate through their website, kciw.org. It's one of them non-profits, you know.
Okay.
Tax deductible.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Want to see my other tattoo? Listen to KCIW 100.7 FM. It's like the other one, but a different font.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cletus, look out there yonder. What's that there on the horizon?
Oh, that ain't a darn thing, Jeffro. That's just a Miraji. Go soak your head, brother.
No, you dummy. That ain't no Miraji. That there's a community radio station.
A community what now?
A community radio station. In fact, I can see the caller sign. KCIW.
KCIW? You're nuttier than a squirrel turd, Jeffro. This ain't no KCIW out here.
Lord almighty, I am jealous of all the people that never had to meet you, Cletus. Look, see right there. KCIW-LP, Brookings, Oregon, 100.7 and big old beautiful lights.
Well, I'll be. I do reckon that is KCIW-LP, Brookings, Oregon, 100.7.
I do declare.
Well, Jeffro, put it there, old pal.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
We are proud to sponsor the following half hour of static. I'm just messing with you.
If you're gonna tear down this station, you're gonna have to take me with it. You'll have to untie me from this station before you
Sir?
What?
Can you untie yourself from the door? I'm trying to get in.
Excuse me. I'm protecting the station.
I'm actually part of the station. Is it in some sort of immediate danger?
Yeah, well, any minute now, there's gonna be some big corporate bigwigs jealous that we're doing community radio sponsored by volunteers and produced by locals, and they're gonna send a bulldozer out to tear the place down and replace it with some big corporate thing where they wear top hats and chopping cigars and say, oh, we're evil and corporate.
I don't think that's gonna happen, sir.
Well, I'm just waiting for the day.
Can you move while you're waiting?
Nope. Tied myself pretty tight here. Can you give me a cup of coffee from the break room?
Probably not. I think I'll just take the back door.
Okay, see you later. KCIW-LP 100.7 FM. You're safe in my hands.
Oh, there's someone tied into the back door too.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM, and it's been 12 days since our last fatal injury.
This is KCIW-LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM.
I'm actually not allowed to be here. I barricaded myself in the studio. Ignore any pounding you hear.
Alright, McLean, everything's all set for the big KCIW Thanksgiving promotion, wherein we parade a group of turkeys around with, listen to KCIW 100.7 LPFM, tattooed right on their feathery backs. Alrighty, where are the tattoo turkeys, McLean, that I told you to keep an eye on?
Yeah, see, I was keeping an eye on them and all that, but, okay, I took a break.
Yep.
And this animal rights activist group,
okay,
sort of set them free, as it were.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Hippies.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Can we get them back? What'd they do with them?
Well, originally they just let them go out in the wild, but they immediately retreated back into town, went into City Hall, and took over the mayor's office. And law enforcement has not been able to come up with enough force to stop their reign of terror.
So the town is now being run by a band of angry turkeys.
Yes.
So, just like any other day.
Oh, community radio.
We're gonna die. This is KCIW 100.7 LPFM out of Brookings, Oregon. The way radio is meant to be. We're gonna go, turkey hunting. Come on, get the guns. Get the guns.
Well, hey, this is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon. Just broadcasting on 100.7 FM. The old movie house.
How far up are we?
Gotta be 90 feet or so.
This radio tower is taller than I thought it would be.
I didn't.
Well, we gotta repair it somehow. We gotta make sure folks can hear KCIW LP 100.7 FM community radio. Come on, give me the tools.
Okay. Here you go.
All right.
Oh!
No, you dropped them. Oh, great. We're never gonna be able to get them. You wanna go back down?
No.
Oh, great. The hawks are starting to circle us.
God.
Okay, look. One of us has got to get to the top and repair the place. I'll fend off the hawks, okay?
Okay.
All right, here.
Is there any other way?
No, I don't think we have. Well, we dropped the tools. Here, I got some bubble gum. You can chew it up and just sort of piece it back together, huh?
Okay.
Look, this antenna's got to go up by hook or crook. Get up there.
I like juicy fruit, though.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to deal with this, okay?
Yeah, but, okay.
The entire station depends on you, man. This is in your hands now.
Oui, mon capitaine.
Get going. You'll be remembered as a hero.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. I've dug an elaborate network of tunnels around town, so you might see me pop up out of the ground randomly. Don't be afraid.
I say, Charles, I love this Starbucks macchiato with whipped cream and sprinkles, half-calf, no-calf, iced latte with whip.
Yes, my unicorn fizz with rainbow sprinkles is quite good as well. I mean, it really refreshes me as I type my novel on this typewriter.
Oh, I'm so angry at my parents.
Man, say, you want to tune into some community radio?
I've heard KCIW LP is broadcasting out of Brookings, Oregon at 100.7 FM, Charles.
I do say.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Stay right where you are. Don't move.
Man, they ain't playing nothing on the radio today, Cletus.
Well, Jeffro, you only think that 'cause you ain't tuned in to something you like. Now, what you after?
Well, I'll tell you, Cletus, I'm awful tired of these pop songs and advertising commercials. I just want to hear something real, something with spirit, you know? Something with flavor.
Well, heck, Jeffro. And why don't you twist it that tune it dial to 100.7 FM?
100.7 FM? Who the heck is that, Cletus?
Well, that's KCIWLP, you dummy. Curry Coast Community Radio.
Oh, community radio? Oh, geez, Cletus, isn't that gonna be just a bunch of hippie come-together talk?
Well, of course not, Jeffro. Well, at least not all the time. It's all kinds of shows from all kinds of folk around here. It's anything at all from our community leader interviews, high school student comedy sketches, local news gathered by local people, and music from all over the world.
Well, hey, Cletus, that sounds just like the kind of real spirited and flavorful programming my distinguished sense of taste has been hungry for.
Well, twist on that dial, Jeffro. Let's give a listen to KCIW LP. Whoa-wee.
Yeah, boy, that's the stuff. 100.7, yeah, that's better than PBR.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Ignore the wanted posters, that was a practical joke.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. Make radio great again.
I've got to say, Charles, I've been listening to this KCIW as of late, and I feel it's missing a little something.
Oh, and what could that be, Walter Victor Beauregard III?
Well, I feel KCIW it's missing a show that's truly high class, blue-blooded, and designed for the 1% of the 1%, like us, Charles.
Well, my dear Walter, why don't you make it?
Make what, Charles?
Make the show, Walter. KCIW not only accepts shows made by locals, it helps locals create these shows by connecting volunteers with different skill sets.
Volunteers? Good heavens, you mean these people are just regular people and aren't paid thousands upon thousands of dollars to be on the radio?
They're not paid £1, Walter. All money goes to the radio station and its operations.
Unthinkable. What about the manipulative corporate sponsorships and corrupting advertising money?
Any companies that donate are donating to a non-profit just to support a local community radio station. There's no manipulation or corruption involved.
My word, how remarkable, Charles.
Why, yes, Walter. That's the magic of Curry Coast Community Radio.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. You are definitely not being hypnotized. Please move along as usual.
All right, now, everybody, we're going to get this sign put up on this building right away. It's supposed to be 100 feet tall, so let's get to it.
Well, let's go, Jeffro.
Now, the sign's supposed to say in big 30-foot tall letters, listen to Curry Coast Community Radio on KCIW LPFM.
Well, that's not very interesting now, is it, Jeffro?
Well, yeah, but radio's pretty interesting when you think about it. Why, you got yourself some volunteers that work around the community, just like you and me.
Well, they sound like true heroes, Jeffro.
Yes, sir. These people are just common people, just like you and me.
Well, just like you and me. Do they drink the same? Do they eat the same? Do they vote the same?
Well, they may not vote the same. You know, most of them vote wrong.
Well, I can't judge them too much for that. Everyone has their own ideas and beliefs, and that's the beauty of community radio.
What do you mean, radio? Isn't that a dead medium?
Well, don't you know that radio is still very popular?
What you mean by that?
Well, you just tune your dials over to KCIW 100.7 LPFM on Curry Coast Community Radio, and you can hear all the types of programming that you've always wanted to hear made by locals that help create these shows by connecting volunteers with different skill sets.
Well, I'm sorry, Jeffro, but isn't that KCIW LP?
Well, shut your mouth.
Well, I'm sorry if I'm trying to make you learn this right, Jeffro.
Now, you get your facts out of here. They make the chickens awful skittish-like and put people in a bad mood.
Well, I don't know about that, Jeffro. Why don't we create our own show on KCIW?
Well, let's do it. We'll make a monster hunting show.
Why, Cletus?
It's Bigfoot!
Oh, looky there's Bigfoot!
Let's go get this thing!
We're gonna get a
Simplify!
Bigfoot shot my friend!
From this valley they say you are going. I shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. Clem, you're off tune. You're off key, you're flat, whatever the word is for when you sound terrible while singing.
My cat sings better than you.
My cat has a degree from Harvard. Beat that.
My cat's a Yale man, I'm
All right. I got an idea for another song. You want to hear it?
All right.
KCIWLPFM, the way radio was meant to be. 100.7 on your dial.
Now that's a catchy little jingle there.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeffro, but how do you think we're gonna really hook the people in? How do you think we're really gonna tie them down and make them holler uncle?
Well, you see, I think we emphasize the point that this is community radio, volunteer supported, and entirely run by folks you may even know in your hometown.
Well, that's right nice there, but do you think we should, offer something like a free prize or something for listening?
Well, you can donate.
That's kind of the opposite of what I had in mind, but...
Ah, shut up. You don't know how to run no radio station.
Well, how do you go about donating, Jeffro?
Well, you just go to KCIW.org, click on that shiny little button that says donate. Tax deductible, you know.
Taxes? You mean theft?
They can't steal nothing from you if it's a non-profit. All right, back to what we were doing. In this valley, they say you're listening to KCIW. What?
You're off tune again. You may be on someone else's tune, but you're off my tune.
Oh, that just hurts me right in my soft spot.
It's okay. I'm
it's
sorry.
It's called my heart, and you broke it.
I didn't mean like that.
I'm sorry.
We can try it again.
We can be friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bros?
Yeah.
We can try it again.
Right. They're listening to KCIW 100.7 LPFM. We have some relationship problems to work out.
You know,
of us.
I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee.
Let's take that from the top there, Jethro.
This is KCIW LP out of Brookings, Oregon, broadcasting on 100.7 FM. They don't pay me enough. In fact, they don't pay me at all.
Hey, Billy, you got your vice grips on you?
Yeah, right here in my overall pocket, Willie.
You're a real lifesaver, Billy. Say, what's this card that fell out of your pocket?
Oh, that ain't nothing. I was gonna roll my tobacco with it.
Billy, this here's a business card for community radio.
It don't mean nothing, Willie.
Billy, brother, you a fan of KCIW?
Yeah, I am.
Billy, so am I.
Are you jerking my chain?
No, sir. I love me some KCIW. I listen to the Insider Report every week.
No kidding. Me too. Bruce Ellis is the man. What do you think of Ewing's doings?
They're the bee's knees, Billy. All of the writing shows are a hoot. What about Wild River's music show with Jim Grangine? Or Adrian Wolf's Howlin' Blues Hour? Or mostly Bluegrass? I love me some banjos, Billy.
Willie, there's nothing like them. You got any thoughts on that, Heroes Don't Take Water breaks?
I'd rather drink from a spittoon than listen to those cow pie kickers, Billy.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. What's that? Who's the guy that helps write that? Mackie Lane Westbrook?
Oh, that dude's, I don't know what that guy's got in his head, but it ain't good scripts is what I'm telling you, brother.
Thinks himself a comedian. Never laughed once.
He reckons himself to be good at what it does. I reckon himself to be a little.
When he turns his head the right way, you can hear the wind whistle through his ears.
If Stupid could fly, his scripts would be a whole fleet of 747s.
This is gonna air, and they're gonna be like, oh my.
Hello, welcome to Not Quite Classic Theater, sponsored this week by the raging forces of nature outside and the wolves that are circling the shack right now.
Matt, Jake, and Casey. They watch movies. Not great movies.
We watched a movie.
Yes, we
I guess it can technically be considered there were images, and there was sound that went along with those images.
Yeah, for a good hour and a half. With historical and educational reenactments.
Coming up on Discovery, 40 minutes of yelling in the forest.
Hey, quiet! We gotta get that shotgun! Let's rain it
I'm yelling for no good reason!
We're gonna die out here! We're all gonna die out here!
I wholeheartedly agree!
Deep logical analysis of some of the most thought-provoking films.
Do cats have literal 9 lives? Like, what happens to their body? Do they have a spawn point? And is it in Christopher Walken's shop? Listen, over here we have this metal thing on the floor. You don't want to stand too close to that because every time a cat dies, it appears here. If you stand too close to this, your foot will become a cat.
Meaningful insights on the nature of filmmaking.
I feel like the most serious listener ever. It's like it tunes in to seriously know the intricacies of the plot.
What actually happens in the movie? Stop with your foolishness!
Serious intellectual discussion.
It has 3 million guns. It can kill anyone, but don't get it near stairs because it will awkwardly trip down them and scream like an animal that's being ripped apart by a hawk.
Just like my Aunt Gladys on Thanksgiving 2007.
She hates hawks.
Yeah, we need to lay someone off, and I think we need to do it in a way that gets, like, really huge ratings, okay?
Okay.
I think we stick them all on an island and wait for one to die.
Yeah, totally. I'm on board with that.
Behind-the-scenes secrets and Easter eggs.
Here's what actually happened in Harry and the Hendersons. All those like gang members and stuff that took over the streets, it was just Starbucks. The coffee revolution actually just happened at the same time.
Join our guides on the fascinating landscape of cinematography.
His head made me laugh for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah, it did. We had to stop the movie. It was ridiculous.
It's a funny head.
It looks like a sack of mashed potatoes sitting atop a mountain of more mashed potatoes. Wow. You really like that guy's head.
Don't waste your time at some overpriced college. Get your wisdom from these guys.
They're going out in the forest and breaking stuff and yelling with guns. And they're offended. Tell you what, we're gonna straight gut this creature for hurting our family. Dude, your family's 3 states over. What are you mad about?
And a whole host of colorful background characters.
Oh, we should probably check on the guys on the island. I completely forgot they were out there.
Why'd you bury me? I'm not dead yet. Mitchell, you didn't have a pulse when I checked.
I haven't had a pulse since I was 23 years old. Guys, we got dinner!
Rando, that's a poisonous jellyfish.
Yeah, he was wondering why I tickled. Friendly guy, though.
Now, did this lady touch any of you? Yeah, he touched my shoulder. You are marked for death. You see, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this lady's in fact a raven mocker.
Get the Blair Witch! Get hauled up before an investigative council to go through hearings and stuff.
I don't see what the problem is.
Clearly she broke a few rules.
All I want to do is bring some kids out in the forest, maybe kill them. Then we're gonna go out in the forest and camp. That's trespassing.
Did you have a sign up?
Yes,
saying,
I did. It was the stick man.
I don't believe that's legally permissible. Seems like something you need
I typed it in Wingdings. It's been around since Windows 93.
I know.
The most concise and understandable reviews for the discerning filmgoer.
Jake, how many murderous rolling death machines impersonating a 1950s Western would you give this out of 5?
No, I would probably give it like 2.
The best movie review show of the worst movies around.
Slam dunk in the fun, there was slam dunk in the fun. Smart house gonna kill everyone.
Not quite classic theater.
Whoa, what's that sound?
Well, that's the sound of volunteer power. It's what keeps KCIW running free and wild on our Wild Rivers coast.
Well, what fuels volunteer power? Is it nuclear? Is it coal?
Why, it's goodwill and an amazing community of people. Without folks like you getting involved with KCIW, we would be powerless.
You mean I can power KCIW?
You bet you can. We're looking for volunteers of all kinds. Check out our website at www.kciw.org to find out how you could get involved and become Volunteer Power!